Alright, so I'm going to show you guys the Robinhood platform. This is a trading platform. There are many of them out there, but I think this is the most straightforward and just simplest platform for beginners or people that just don't want to deal with a lot of information. This gets straight to the point and it does what it needs to do. So let's get started. So you can either get on the platform on your computer or on your phone. There's an app for it. So if you're on the computer version like I am, you can go up here and you can click this and it'll take you to the home screen, and that's what we're on right now. If you go right here, you can search ticker symbols for stocks, or you can search the company name. So for instance, Tesla, we can put in TSLA and Tesla pops up and you click on it and boom, you're there. So let's go back to the home screen. I'm going to take you through everything on the home screen, and then we're going to check out a stock in depth. So right here, this is my capital. Today is Sunday, but I'm just going to pretend like it is Friday, like it is the end of a trading day. So today I went up $86 and my capital increased by 25%. You can see it is green. That is because I am at a profit for the day. So if you look down here, you can see this white dotted line. This is my capital on the prior day. So that's where I ended Thursday, and then today, this is what happened. So there's 3 segments to the trading day. There's pre-market, there's market, and then there's after hours. Pre-market is going to be for 30 minutes. I'm Central Time, but the stock market is on the East Coast, or that's where it's based out of. And so if you're on the East Coast, it opens at 9 a.m. But I'm going to tell you Central Time because that's what I am. So from 8 to 8:30, this is pre-market, and then 8:30 to 3 p.m. is going to be market hours, and then that is going to start after hours. After that, going from 3 to 5. So it shows nothing here because we went into the weekend. I believe that's why. If it was during the week and after hours, there's still movement. So if you go down here, you can click on the different time windows and you can see, everything a little bit bigger. As you can see, I am red on this graph because I am down $21 in the past week. So from this point right here to this point right here, I went down $21. And if you scroll across, you can see, the times, and you can see the different, losses or gains or whatever, and the percentage you went up or down based on where you started on that graph. Now if you go down here, this is going to be your buying power. This is how much money you have right now at the moment that can be invested. So out of my 423, I only have 56 cents that's not being used right now. And if you want to deposit more funds, you can click on this, or when you are doing an order, if you don't have enough, it'll ask you if you want to deposit funds then. So those are 2 different ways you can do that. And then you can get more buying power with margin, but that's something when you're a little more advanced. Now if we go down, we get into popular lists. So what these are all the categories on Robinhood where you can find stocks. Now you can search at the top and you can find whatever you want, but let's say, there's a cannabis law or something like that or a bill that was being passed in the House. So let's say you want to go into cannabis, click on that. It'll show you all the stocks related to cannabis right here. Let's go back to the home screen. Now these top 3, these are a little bit different. So the 100 most popular are going to be the 100 most popular stocks. Obviously, they're going to be the ones with the most volume. They're in popular demand. And as you can see, there is the company name right here. There's the ticker symbol for the stock. And then you can see the share price, which is the stock price. That share it's called a share. So don't let that confuse you. It's just the stock price, one share of the stock. So over here you can see how they did today, whether they went up or down, and what percentage, and then market cap. The B stands for billion, the T is for trillion, and then if you see an M, that's for million. So let's say I want to add Apple to one of my watch lists. All you gotta do is click on it, click on the plus, and then you can add it to one of your lists, or you can create a new one. And your lists will pop up over here. And there's a lot of there's a few options for rearranging and so on and so forth. Or you can add a list right here. And then down here, these are the lists that you're following. So if I wanted to follow 100 most popular, I can make it pop up in my list over here. So anyways, that does it for the lists, the popular lists. Oh, but then also, if you search, like let's put in an S, you can search based on locations, South Dakota, Switzerland, Spain, South Africa, blah blah blah. And there's stocks, there's cryptocurrencies, and if you want to see more, I'll show you more cryptocurrencies. I've never actually been on that page, but that's how you do it if you are trying to invest in cryptocurrencies. And then down below there's going to be news articles. Whatever the article is talking about, whatever companies they're talking about, they will show the ticker symbols and just how the company is doing for the day. That is the day change in their share price. So Tesla is up 0.94% today. And then if you go down, you can see top movers. This is one of the lists that was up above. It just shows it bigger here. You can see all of these stocks right here are green, and that is because they are positive for the day. So this one right here went up 45% today, and so on and so forth. And then if you scroll down, there's just a lot more news that you can check out. And one more thing I forgot to bring up is upcoming earnings. So a company that is expected to release their earnings in the next 7 days will appear on this list. And yeah, pretty straightforward. Alright, and then over on the right side right here, it says options and stocks. So this is what I am invested in right now. And if you go up here, you can see different things displayed. Right now I have my equity displayed. I don't know why. Let's put it on total return. Yeah, not doing hot, but whatever. So, there's a few options with that. The reason this isn't really showing anything is because it's an order I placed and it hasn't been fulfilled because I did the order today and it's Sunday. So tomorrow when the market opens, it will be fulfilled. And your lists and what you're following are down here. So let's go to a stock. Let's go to Tesla. Alright, so this is the stock page for Tesla. So at the top you can see these are the categories or the lists that Tesla is involved in. Right here, this is the analyst ratings. So 40% of the analysts rate Tesla as a hold. Whatever it has right here, whether it's hold, buy, or sell, it's going to show you the majority of what the analysts think. So because the bigger majority is in hold right now for analysts, that is what's showing up. Now as you can see, Tesla went up $5.66 today. And in after hours, oh, I guess there is after hours. I don't know what I was thinking, even though it's Friday. But anyways, so you can see the values here. I always like looking at the percentages because if you invest in Tesla, there's a few different ways you can invest. You can either invest, well, first off, there's different order types. So there's market order, which is where, let's say you want to get into Tesla Monday morning. So you place a market order for 1 share of Tesla. Well, if the price goes up 6.15, that's when, and then the market opens, it'll buy at that price. If you want to buy at a specific price, there's different options for that. Or if you want to buy once the price goes down a certain bit or whatever, you can set all that up right here. So I recommend learning about all of these different order types. Now, let's say you don't have $598 to invest in Tesla, but you really want to invest in Tesla. A cool thing that they started doing, honestly, it's been a long time that this has been going on. I'd say a little over half a year, but instead of investing with shares, like instead of saying 1 share, it'll show the price down here, you can invest dollars for a partial share amount. So let's say you only have $45, but you want to make 90.95% of your money. You want to make some profit. So you can do that, and it'll show you down here the quantity of a Tesla share that you will own. Not very much, but the cool thing is, this is why I like looking at the percentages, because let's look at 3 months. So let's say you put in $100, alright? Why is it not working? Okay. So let's say you invested $100 3 months ago. It went up $250, but that's for one whole share. Since you have $100 invested, all you got to do is look at the percentage and just multiply it, and that's how much money you would have made. So for $100, you would have made $72 in the past 3 months. So you would have came out with $172 if you traded 3 months ago with $100. So it's always cool to look at the percentages because of that, because you can't always buy this amount or that high price. So you can review the order and then you can place it, and you can deposit funds right here, but I'm going to dismiss because I do not want to do that. And it'll give you a friendly reminder of how much buying power you have right here. And then if you are an options trader or you want to learn options, they have that on Robinhood. So I believe you have to have a certain level of Robinhood to do certain more advanced things, but I believe option trading is open for everybody, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm pretty sure it is though. But you can buy and sell calls and puts here. You got your expiration dates up here, and then you got all the good information. This is the share price right now. You can see it up in the top left, or you can look right here. And this is not $22.38. Well, that's how much it is per share, but a contract is 100 shares. So you have to multiply this number by 100, and that's how much you're actually going to be paying for this contract. Now, let's say, you like how this one's looking or whatever. You click on it, and you can see some more information on it. You got your Greeks, you got your bid and ask, and implied volatility, your volumes, and whatnot. So that's some good information. So all you gotta do is click on that, and you can figure that stuff out. Alright, before you even trade with a stock though, you should check out information about it for sure. You should look at the graph, and you should also look at everything that it has down below. We're going to start with the graph. So as you can see, that white dotted line, it started here yesterday. So as you can see in pre-market, or even before pre-market, so I guess after hours of the prior day, it was down. And then throughout the day, it went up. And even though it's down below this line, it's not going to be red because the overall graph it comes out positive in the end compared to where it started. And you can see here they went down $3, so they're red. But Tesla is a very good company slash stock, and stock. So let's say you want to get a little more in depth when it comes to the graph. So this option is not available on the Robinhood app on your phone. It's only going to be on the computer that it's going to look like this. So what we have here is the 1-day chart for Tesla. And you can see it's green because they're positive today. The prices are going to be on the right side. Down below you can see the times. So 8:30 when pre-market opens. And oh, I'm sorry, no, that's when market opens. I apologize. And it's in military time, but it goes all the way through to 4:30. Past 4:30, it goes to 5. When you scroll over, you can see the time specifically, and it's not in military time, so if that confuses you, well, then you're good. All you gotta do is scroll. Down here, this is going to be your volume, or this is going to be the volume for Tesla in 5-minute increments. If it's red, that means people are selling. As you can see, it drops off here. A lot of people sold. And if you look in the top left, you can see the price and the volume as you scroll across. So you can see here there's 671,000 that got out of Tesla or sold. And then right here you can see 520,000 people bought in. And then you can see how much, because of that, it shoots up. But then it goes back down again. But then, you know. So that's interesting. It's always fun to look at this stuff and see how, you know, it correlates between the volume and the share price. If you go over here, click on candlesticks, this is going to give you a lot more information on the stock in those 5-minute increments. But also those increments, they will widen if you go out to different time frames. Like here, it'll show it in 10-minute increments. Here, it'll show it in hours, and I believe, oh, this still shows it in hours, but that's super tiny. So let's go back to the day chart. Now in the top left, you can see O, H, L, and C. Those stand for open, high, low, and close. Open is the price that the share was when it entered a 5-minute period. And the high is what its highest was during that period. The low is its lowest, and then close is what it ended at before it entered the next 5-minute period. So we are going to look at this one right here, this green one right here, but I'm going to have my cursor over here so you can see the sticks. So if you look at the top of the green one, that is going to be the high. If you look at the bottom of the stick, that's going to be the low. And then the bottom of the candle right here on the green one, that is going to be the open. And then the top is going to be where it closed. How you can tell is because when it's red, it's going down. When it's green, it's going up. So if we're looking at this red one, it opened here, it fell down to here. This is where it closed, and then this time period opened. And as you can see, it rose, it came across, lowered, boom, lowered, boom. So once you just look at this for yourself, you can understand how it all works. And if you're not sure where the open or the close was, you just look at the top and you can see if the open or the close was higher, and you can, base it off of that. But they still got the volume down here, and yeah, this chart just gets a lot more in depth with the information. So let's go back to the line graph for a minute. So if you want to add indicators to your chart, all you gotta do sorry, my cat wanted to get out of my room. Alright, so if you go to add data, you can add things like the moving average, And if you click on the settings, you can change the periods, you can change the color. We're going to take that away for now. But then there's also some that'll show up below, like this one. And like the previous indicator, there are a lot of options for just tweaking it and stuff. And also you can put on more than one at once, but that becomes a headache. So I don't really do that. But if you want to trade Tesla, you like how it's looking, you can either go up here and trade it, or you can do it right there. Alright, now let's go down and show you guys some more information on Tesla. So if we click right here, you can see, well, first you can see what Tesla is about right here. And if you go down lower, Elon Reeve Musk. But you can see information on Tesla right here, and then you can see some stock information as well. This is where you'll find the average volume and the volume. Duh. More lists, more related lists, and then we get into some news articles about Tesla, and then we get into the analyst ratings. So there are 34 analysts rating this stock right now, and 24 of them say it's a buy, 46 say it's a hold, and 30% say it's a sell. Now, if we get down here into bull says and bear says, these are two different perspectives on Tesla and why you should or should not buy Tesla. Bulls, so whenever you hear somebody say bullish or bearish, those are two different terms that basically just mean going up and going down, or like doing good, doing bad. Bull is doing good, that's up and out, profitable, upward slope. If you look at the side profile of a bull, it goes up and out when it goes to the horns. A bear, side profile going from mid back down to its head, it's a downward slope. So bulls is going to be going up and profitable and green, all that good stuff. Bear is going to be downward slope, red, loss, negative, all those bad words. So this is going to give you a perspective on why to buy it, and this is going to give you a perspective on why not to, or just be careful. And it's nice to read both of these, and you can make an informed decision based on all the information they give you. And then you got your upcoming, not your upcoming earnings, but your earnings. There is an upcoming earning coming out. So what will happen here, the dark green dot is the estimated earnings. So that comes out before the actual earnings comes out, and it gives people an idea of, well, just what the estimate is for them. And if they can beat that, then usually that's good news, and the stock sometimes trades better off of that good news, but not always the case, so be careful. If you look down here, this stands for Q1 fiscal year 2019, and it goes all the way to Q4 fiscal year 2020. And you can see when the next earnings is going to be announced. The estimated earnings should come out, in the next month for sure. And if you go down, you can see your history in the stock that or if you have trading history in it. And then they will give you some other stocks down here that they don't suggest them, they don't recommend them, but people that own Tesla also own these stocks. And as you can see, they're all red today because they are all at a loss. But the analyst ratings, at least on two of them, look pretty decent. So that is about it when it comes to looking at a stock page specifically. If you go up here to portfolio, it'll take you back to this as well as the leaf will. And I have this little thing on my screen right now, so I can't get over here to all the settings. But there's a lot of cool information in the settings. There's messages, so when you place an order or when an order is fulfilled, it'll give you a message about it, and it'll look like a little text message. And it's pretty cool, and you can do a few things through the messages. So I recommend checking that out, especially once you purchase stock, it'll give you some information over there. But I believe that about does it. That really covers it all. There's not really that much to it. It's pretty simple and straightforward. A lot of the other platforms, they can be a headache. Like, they look like, coding and just weird stuff. I think this is very simple and straightforward. Doesn't hurt my head. So I recommend Robinhood. I'm going to put a link in the description. It is going to be my specific, here, I believe it's right here. Yeah, my referral link. I'm going to put this in the link in the description. If you do sign up for Robinhood, if you go through that link, I would appreciate it. It would give both of us a free stock, so that would be nice.